So now that we know how to find the volume, let's work backwards. So this problem says the volume of the figure is 280 inches cubed. Find the missing dimension. So most of the time with this type of problem, you're going to have to find the height. This one's a little different because we're finding the width, right? But most of the time, the next problem we're going to do is to find the height, and that's what you would see most frequently. So again, I'm going to, no matter what, I'm going to shade in my area of my base. Okay. So I'm shading in the area of the base. And now I'm going to write my formula. So I'm still talking about the volume of a rectangular prism. So volume equals big B times height. So in this case, I know my volume, so I'm going to plug that in first. So volume is 280 equals, I only know a piece of the area of the base, so I'm going to put big B, and I know that my height here is 10. So this is like we did solving equations. So this is like we plugged in circumference. This is like us saying that 8 equals 4x, okay? And we're trying to get x by itself. So what did we do in that case? We knew it was 4 times x, so we divided both sides by 4. Same premise here. So I want b by itself, and right now it's big B times 10, right? So I'm going to do the opposite. Instead of multiplying times 10, I'm going to divide by 10 to cancel on this side, divide by 10 to cancel on this side. I can cancel out my zeros, so I have big B is equal to 28. So now in this case, I'm going to go off to the side and I'm going to write area of the base. And I know that we're talking about a rectangle. So area equals base times height. So the base of my rectangle of the base of my prism is 4, right? Right here is 4. I don't know what the height is, but I know that my base times height gives me an area of a base of 28. So I'm plugging that in. I need to divide to solve for h, so I'm going to divide by 4, divide by 4. So 28 divided by 4 gives me a height of 7. So this x here is 7, okay? Not too complicated, but a little challenging. So next problem, we're doing the same thing. Volume of the figure is 120 inches cubed. Find the missing dimension. Okay, so this is the most frequent way that you would see a missing dimension. So again, I'm always going to start with shading in my base. Alrighty. And on the star test, you can use your color to shade in your base. Okay. Next step, I'm always going to write the formula. We're still talking about volume of a rectangular prism. So volume equals big B times height. So off to the side, I'm always going to write area of the base. And in this case, I can see that it's a rectangle. So area equals base times height. Make sure you're writing that equation. So base of the rectangle is 5, height of the rectangle is 6. So 5 times 6 is 30. So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to plug that in for big B. So big B is 30. And I know that the volume is 120. And I don't know the height. So yet again, we want to get the height by itself. So we're going to do that by getting rid of 30. Right now it's 30 times h. So the opposite is divide by 30. Divide by 30. I'm going to cancel those zeros out because there's one on top and one on the bottom. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. So in this case, the height is 4 inches. Okay. One last problem together and then you'll be free to work on your own. So this one says the volume of the figure is 120 inches squared. Oh, it should be cubed, sorry. Find the missing dimension. Okay, so this one's like the first one we did. So again, we're always going to shade in the area of the base first. Okay. Next, we're writing our formula. Volume equals big B times height. So I know that my volume's 120, but I have to go off to the right and do my area of the base calculation. So area of the base, let's see, I know it's going to be, right, 2 times x. Okay, so I'm not quite sure of that. So I'm going to leave big B here. Do I know the height of the prism? Well, yes, I see that it's 5. So I can go this way. So I want to get big B by itself. I'm going to divide by 5. Divide by 5. I have to do a little math for this one. 120 divided by 5. 5 goes into 12 2 times. 2 times 5 is 10. Bring down the 2. 0. 5 times 4 is 20. So big B, or area of the base, is 24. So now that I know that, now that I know that, I'm going to plug that in here for the area of the base. So 24 equals 2x. And I know I'm working with area equals base times height because it's a rectangle. So I want to get x by itself. I'm going to divide by 2, divide by 2. So x, or the height, or the length, base of the area of the base is 12. So 12 inches. All right, so guys, now it's your turn to make the magic happen on your own. You're going to do your independent practice. Make sure first step is going to always be to shade in the area of the base. Then you're going to write your formula. Go off to the side, write area of the base, and make sure you're writing all your formulas and substituting the numbers in next before you start any calculations. All right, get it done.